don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Hope you're all having a wonderful, hold on, why is it doing that? I'll try. I think it's May 8th, right? Thursday, May 8th. Let's see. It's giving me a hard time, but I think it's Thursday, May 8th. Yes, it is. All day long. Thursday, May 8th. We got some breaking news. White smoke out of the Sistine Chapel. So we're going to have a new pope here. Probably be introduced during the show. So we might cut and break to that. Hopefully we'll get into that in 1 minute. But welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you would be so kind to hit that like button and share this out, we would appreciate it. Helps us out more than you know. And we're gonna have a rocking show today. This one, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but there's a lot of things we're gonna cover in the first show. So thanks once again for everybody tuning in and being with us here today. Let me jump in the chats. Old Uncle Bill tried to gift me a membership. I don't think it worked. Man, you guys don't love me. Okay, let's see who's in the house today. Let's see, get this out there. Trina's in the house. Thank you, Trina, for your help and your support, as well as Old Uncle Bill. Thank you, guys. Hunter from the Netherlands. Check that out. Let's see who else is coming in here. Texas, Bigfoot's in the house. Thank you, Texas. And then we got Cade in Texas. He's rocking and rolling along the freeways. Thank you, Cade, Texas, for being in here. Appreciate you. And Deb V. See, who else is down here? Lycopodium. And all the rest of you that are just tuning in. Again, share this out. First non-sub to chat might get a gift. Yeah, so if you're in here and you're one of those lurkers, if you chat right now, you might just get a sub. Check that out. You guys are too quiet back there in the background sometimes. Oh, man. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I want to thank you once again for tuning in. We are making it through another work week, guys. This was the sights and the sounds at the Sistine Chapel. The white smoke, guys. So here was a little bit of news coverage from that. Let me pull that off there. And this is from ABC News. This is where they say that it shouldn't be much more than 40 minutes from now. And this was about 9:40, so 20 minutes ago.
To Peter, and we're it shouldn't be much more than, say, 40 minutes from now. I think when the Pope will appear on the what's called the loggia of St. Peter's, which is right on top of a relief that shows Jesus Christ giving the keys that he promised to Peter, and we're witnessing that transfer, not from Christ to Peter, but from one pope to the next. That's the transfer that's been going on for for 2,000 years, the keys of the kingdom are being passed on to the next successor of Peter. And in the square, what we're seeing is, I think, a very graphic example of how all roads lead to Rome. You mentioned all the flags that you see, the internationality of the crowd, but also the streets of Rome are filling with people pouring out of their homes and their offices and the hotels to make their way to St. Peter's Square. It's becoming a river of humanity towards St. Peter.
So that shouldn't be much longer. I
Square.
hope and I pray
It
for those
shouldn't
that are
be much-
Catholic. Actually, for those that aren't Catholic either, that we get a, and I don't know if there's very good chance, but we get a pope that I guess you could say is a little bit godly. Not allowing, not a pope that has allowed culture to change his view on the Catholic faith, but is going to have the Catholic faith determine how he acts as a pope. We've seen, I don't know, the last pope was a pretty woke pope, if you will. And I know a lot of people that have left the Catholic religion over the years. And a lot of people were asking, you know, they had a very large child abuse scandal. And a lot of Catholics felt like they've never fixed that issue. So we'll find out, see how it happens, and we will come back to that here shortly. I wonder if I could pull up another screen somewhere. I got so many different screens right here. Okay, I seen this, and you didn't even have to tell me where it was. Again, if you guys remember, we were down in Miami, Florida for one of Trump's court cases. And then me and the family took a vacation down there because originally it was for me to work. If you remember, Trump had court scheduled. They said, this is when you have to come back to the Miami courthouse. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get 2 extra tickets. I'll be working. I'll let my family relax down there. Ended up the court case moved. So we hung out at the beach and enjoyed some time. And I watched this video and I was like, yeah, she from Miami. Miami just a little different. Miami hits a little different, especially with those females down there. Take a look at this. This lady hit this, one lady hit another lady and was trying to take off, and this other lady wasn't having it. Take a look at this.
She hit my car! She hit my car! You hit my car! Look at what you did! And you're running away! You're running away! You hit my car! You're running away! Go down!
Hey,
Go down!
she's gonna run away from you.
No! She's gonna kill me? She's gonna kill me?
Please.
No! Get her license plate! Car! No! No! You're gonna kill me?
Hey,
No!
hey, get out of the car!
No!
Hey, you're gonna
No,
get
you!
here. Get out!
The wrong one!
Hey, whoa. Get out of the car! She's in the front. You wanna run away? Hey, shit, hey.
You got a video of the license plate?
No, but I don't think. She's smiling. Look at her. She's laughing.
So she got arrested right there, but that just, man, if I wouldn't have seen in the headlines that was Miami, the way that girl was at, I knew it was Miami. They got some hardcore women down there, to say the least. I just thought, wow. In other news, guys, we get to preview one of our favorite shows again today, The View. Joe Biden was on The View, and not only did he say that he would have won if he would have stayed in the race, he also said Kamala was well qualified, but she didn't win because of sexism. and much other things. He's even called out about his cognitive decline, where we're going to show you a short clip of that as well, where he mumbles for like a minute and then Joe Biden has to take over. Listen to this.
This way, he's had
You had previously said that you thought that you would have won. Since then, Donald Trump won all the battleground states and made inroads with almost every major demographic, from working class voters to Hispanic men to black men. Knowing what you know now, do you think you would have beat him?
Yeah, he's still got 7 million fewer votes.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people didn't show up. Number one. Number two,
he still got 7 million. We want to know about those 7 million votes, Joe. When it was COVID and everybody was told to stay inside and they would die if they went outside, somehow you got 7 more million votes. And I think we will get the answer to that within the next 2 years. But I honestly wonder if Joe believes he got those 7 million votes.
they're very close in those toss-up states. It was it wasn't a slam dunk, and so look, every time I've been on the show, which I've been fortunate to be on more than once. Thanks for having me. Is that we talk? You guys don't focus on as much, and I think it's good on polling numbers. But let me put it this way: he's had the worst 100 days any president's ever had.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. Not really. He has secured. He literally secured the southern border within, I'll give it a week, which was the most detrimental thing that Joe Biden did to this country. Joe Biden could have got us in 7 wars, and it wouldn't be as bad as invading our country with foreign terrorists and people that hate everything our Western values stand for. Here's the next clip.
I would not say.
Why does it keep doing that? I don't know. My escape button. The way I've always done this was hit my escape button to jump out, and it's just not working yesterday and today. We're going to have to play around with it. Maybe there's an update I don't like. So listen to this here, talking about Kamala Harris and the fact that the reason why she didn't get elected was because America is a sexist country. Why can't people just admit they lost on policy? Gavin Newsom came out, and a lot of Democrats came out right away and said, either we're branding our message wrong or our message is wrong. And some of these that kind of tried to jump to the middle to save their political skin because they see where the country's going, they said, you know what? Maybe putting men and males and female sports wasn't the right idea. Maybe putting pornography in schools, maybe open borders and putting illegal aliens first wasn't the right thing to do. Not Joe Biden.
I wasn't surprised, not because I didn't think the vice president was the most qualified person to be president. She is. She's qualified to be president of the United States of America. But I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is a woman. She's this. She's that. I mean, it really. I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country, and a woman of mixed race.
Yeah.
And they played that to a fairly well. In addition to that, one of the things happened, if you notice, and I'm going to be shorter, okay? I promise. Okay. She said, "Don't be Joe Biden. Be short."
I said that to him.
Anyway, make a long story short, all kidding aside, think about it. Liberal democracies all across America, all across the world lost that time.
Yeah.
All across America. I think we underestimate the phenomenal negative impact that COVID had and the pandemic had on people, on attitudes, on optimism, on a whole range of things. So I was very disappointed.
Well, your wife wasn't. She voted for Trump.
But I
As you
wasn't
guys
surprised.
remember, and we covered towards the end there, Biden and Kamala were not buddy-buddy. Again, Kamala was chosen for VP because they wanted to play the race card and the woman card, and this, we need to do this type stuff. To say there was a good relationship would be an absolute lie. And so, now, this one I like. This one I like. Asking about his cognitive decline, and just watch for yourself. Imagine if someone asked me, Rachel was sitting next to me, about my, there's going to be multiple books written about you, mainly from insiders in the Democrat Party that say the last year, you know, you had a severe cognitive decline, and I just fumbled around for a minute, and then Rachel took over. It would confirm everything we've thought. And we know there's no, like, I don't know if James O'Keefe is going to come out with some breaking video next week that he's taken 7 days off for to say that Joe Biden had a cognitive decline, but he had a cognitive decline. Oh, might have to refresh that. 5, 4, 3. Yep, let me refresh it.
Since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that. Number one. Number two, you know, think of what we're left with. We're left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection when I started. Not since the Civil War. We had a circumstance where we were in a position that the pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying. 1 million people dying.
First of all, look at the way Jill's looking at him like, oh, where's he going with this? And then just in case any of you fact checkers are on there, more people died under COVID under the Biden administration than Trump. And again, many people died, I hate to break this to you, because of the measures that hospital took with remdesivir and with incubating the patients instead of giving them a chance to live. Remdesivir filled the lungs with fluid, then they incubated you and you were done. So let's just go there. I'm sure that will be coming out too.
We're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, and which I won't go into in the interest of time. And so we went to work, and we got it done. And you know, one of the things and
Alyssa, you know, one of the things I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House with us, and they didn't see how hard Joe worked every single day. I mean, he'd get up, he'd put in a full day, and then at night I'd be in bed, you know, reading my book, and he was still on the phone reading his briefings, working with staff. I mean, it was nonstop. It's the White House. Being president is not like a job. It's a lifestyle. It's a life that you live. You live it 24 hours a day. That phone can ring at 11 o'clock at night or 2 in the morning. It's constant. You never leave it. And Joe worked really hard. I think he was a great president. And if you look at things today,
it was a fabulous president. Looks like we have the Pope announced from Chicago, Illinois. We'll get off this right now. We'll go do a little, see if we can find a little information. I'm no Pope expert. I'm not Catholic, but we'll see. Let me pull this up because it's going to be over here. Let's see. I want videos. Give me 1 second. See who this Pope is. Oh, there it was.
Has been elected. Cardinal Prevost
The first American Pope has been elected, Cardinal Prevost.
Who has
chosen the name? Well, Cardinal Prevost, the first American Pope in history.
First American Pope in history. Let's get some more information on this.
The first
You
American
probably
Pope has been
know
elected.
more about this stuff and this Pope. We probably have a lot of Catholics in here right now, so let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, come on, X. I hate the stupid show 35 posts. I don't want 35 posts. I want all the new stuff. Breaking: Cardinal Robert Prevost is the new Pope as Pope Leo. He's a Chicago native. Just let me ask Grok about him. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. This thing is not working for me right now. There we go. Let me pull up this question, see what Grok knows. Grok. I'm going to ask if he's a conservative Catholic and see what we come up with. Taking Grok a minute. Might have to go to Google. What's going on, Grok? It's searching. It's searching. Says Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, theological and ideological stance within the Catholic Church is nuanced and resists simple categorization as conservative or progressive based on available information. Prevost aligns closely with Pope Francis's vision, which emphasizes pastoral outreach, synodality, and a focus on the poor and marginalized rather than strict adherence to doctrinal conservatism. However, his positions and actions suggest a balanced approach that incorporates elements appealing to both conservative and progressive fractions within the church. And let's see. I'm just scanning through to see if it's anything relevant. Prevost education, I guess he went to a canon law background. Order of Saints and Augustine. Not saying Cardinal Prevost is not a conservative Catholic in the mold of figures like Cardinal Robert Sarah, who is explicitly traditionalist and critical of progressive reforms. Instead, Prevost alignment with Pope Francis. So we might have just got a 2.0. That's what it's looking like here. That's what it's looking like here. Let's see if we, let me go back here and put this up and see what people are saying here. Give you guys some updated information. Nobody's given any information. Huh. All right. Well, we're going to check back on that at the end of the show to see what some of the talking heads are saying. Again, it looks like he's going to follow in the footsteps of Pope Francis. He's born in Chicago and spent much of his career ministering in Peru. And 69 years old. So I'm going to keep that. We're going to refresh that at the end, but we'll see how that works out. Now, one other thing, back to the Biden thing. She responds to a comment that the First Lady, that she created a cocoon around former President Joe Biden. Listen to this.
Shirley, you are your husband's fiercest advocate and a close advisor, and it's been reported that you created a sort of cocoon around him and kind of limited his interactions with the media and others. Do you think you could have been too close to the situation to objectively gauge whether he could handle a full 4 more years?
I was with Joe day and night. I saw him more than any other person. I woke up with him. I went to bed at night with him. So I saw him all throughout the day, and I did not create a cocoon around him. I mean, you saw him in the Oval Office. You saw him making speeches. He wasn't hiding somewhere. I didn't have.
Well, I think we've there's a statistic, I'll have to find it, but Trump has already answered more questions in his first 100 days in office and did more appearances than Joe Biden, I think, did in equivalent to 2.5 years. So let that speak for itself.
Have him, sequestered in some place. I mean, that's
Wish she had.
Was that hurtful to you when they were describing you as Lady Macbeth and all of
Yes,
those?
it was very hurtful. It was very hurtful, especially from.
You did it to yourself, lady. That was elderly abuse, and I think most people would agree that was disgusting. All to keep your son out of jail and your family members rich. Crazy times we live in. I wanted to bring you guys an update. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, we showed you about the driver of the van who in Beaverton, Oregon. The video we got was the driver going like something like this on a motorcycle, and the van just came over and whacked him. Attempted murder is what I would consider it. But listen to the update.
Samir Pizzoto-Filo stands accused of intentionally running this motorcyclist, Corey, off Highway 26 Monday morning. Take a look at this dash cam footage. Between 217 and Cedar Hills Boulevard in Beaverton, we see both drivers side by side when a blue Kia hits the bike from the side, dragging him off the road.
Samir Pizzoto-Filo.
Following a community tip, Beaverton police arrested Samir at his home in Washington County near Highway 26. Officers saw him driving the blue Kia Carnival in question. They believe the damage you see here is from the crash yesterday. Meanwhile,
and the driver hit him so hard that my son's clutch lever went through the complete side of his steel-toe boots.
Corey's family, who asked us not to share his last name, say they're grateful the 21-year-old survived. He's recovering at home with a concussion and some major road rash, but they're left to grapple with how this can happen in the first place.
The van had almost hit him twice already. And my brother was trying to be like, well, do you not see me? What is happening? And then the driver made eye contact with him and jerked the wheel.
Samir is charged with first-degree attempted assault, second-degree assault, reckless driving, unlawful use of a weapon, and hit and run, which is a felony.
I think it's really hard to watch just because it's so deliberate. Like, he literally could have died, and I don't know who could do that. Like, I just don't understand who has that within them to do that.
Again, Pizzoto-Filo was arraigned today and will be held until his next court appearance on May 13th.
That's some wild stuff, man. Again, coming from, I've ridden motorcycles my whole life. It's a dangerous road out there. And again, there is motorcycles that I think a lot of four-wheelers hate because, they think they own the road and stuff, but that's not the way to handle it. I could imagine that guy's going to spend some time in jail. That guy probably changed his trajectory of life. Check this out. This was from, I seen this yesterday. Libs of TikTok posted it this morning. 6 Texas officials were indicted on voter fraud charges, including a Democrat judge, a city council member, and a school board member. It goes through their name. Rochelle Lozano Camacho, Frio County Judge. Ramiro Trevino, Pearsall City Council member. Adrian Ramirez, a Pearsall Independent School District Board member. Let's see. Carlos Segura, former Frio County Elections Administrator. And Rachel Garza, another city council member. And Rosa Rodriguez, a campaign worker. They look good in orange, don't they, folks? They look good in orange. So, I guess, trying to pull this up. This is the charges. Frio County Judge, 3 counts of vote harvesting. The former county elections, 1 count of tampering with or fabricating physical evidence. Let's see. Another city council member, 1 count of vote harvesting. The other city council member, 1 count of vote harvesting. Pearsall ISD trustee Adrian Ramirez, 3 counts of vote harvesting. And Rosa Rodriguez, 2 counts of vote harvesting. So I wonder how this is going to play out. I think this was also, is this person going to resign now? Adrian Ramirez, who is on that school board until May 2027. Is it time for her to, I think, be removed or resign? I would say remove them. We're not going to get into a lot of this right now. There might be time in our next show. But 2 students are a student killed and 2 others injured in a stabbing at Santa Ana High School here in California. I'm going to get into a little bit of it. Let's see. Oh, it's going to do that crap. Nobody wants to pay $1 for 4 months. Well, we'll get into it in the next show. Because, oh my gosh. It just crashed down. Let me see what we can find. Let me get up here really quick. Hopefully most of it was saved. Nope. It's going to be a not so fun show. Give me 1 second. Let me see what we can find up here. We had a lot of stuff to cover. This was a long show too. Give me 1 second. Not going to end the show, but I'm going to go through it a little bit slower today. How about that? You guys can work with me. So last night we covered the Palestinian protest that was going on at Columbia University. This was some of the videos of some of those protesters being arrested. Been walking along. It's beautiful to watch. But of course, this group definitely played the victim. I want to pull up a post here in a minute. It's going to take a second because I have to load everything fresh now that all the windows closed. My fault. Rookie mistake. I haven't done that in years. Let's see here. After all that happened, and those people, they did a call to action, and they were assaulting police in the street. They weren't following police orders. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio came out and said that he's reviewing the visa statuses of trespassers and vandals who took over the Columbia Library. He says pro-Hamas thugs will no longer be welcome in our great nation. I want to see if I can find the news article here in a minute after I show you this video. But the news reported that, like, I think over 80 to 90% were not students there. So
clear the block, clear the block.
This was last night.
Don't touch me! I'm on a sidewalk! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! I told you don't touch me! On a sidewalk! You move back! You move back! Don't touch me! You move back! Don't touch me! You back up! We're on a sidewalk! No, you back up!
I wish somebody would just crack him over the head with a billy club.
You back up! We're on a sidewalk! No, we're on a sidewalk! Clear the block! Clear the block! Keep moving! Keep moving! Keep You don't even know what the fuck you're doing!
Our streets!
Our streets! Our streets! Move back! 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 Move Shoot it out! Move back! You move out of here, God! Move back! Why you doing this fucking now? Why you doing this fucking Get out the way!
I'm just gonna say, it's funny. I can promise you, if that was a video of folks in MAGA hats going up against the cops, pushing the cops, not following police orders, there would be an entire outrage. For the next probably few months, CNN would talk about how those MAGA extremists are out there not respecting our law enforcement and being a threat to the residents of this area. If this doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what does, because honestly, like, I have to bite my tongue sometimes, because again, these people are the scum of America. I hate to say it, but America would be better off without them. And it's unfortunate. I promise you, I will never sit there in the streets of America to fight for a terrorist organizations. And if I was that type of, I guess had that type of passion for terrorism, I would get my ass on a plane and I would go over there and instead of destroying the United States of America, I would go fight over there and see how that went, right? Some of these cities, and I think people think this is isolated. If you think these type of behavior and just America in general, a lot of us are in our own bubble. A lot of us don't live in areas like this, in areas that have been overtaken by hoodlums, pretty much. And once you travel a little bit, you will see exactly what goes on. Let's see here. You know what? I can cheat. Hold on. I'm trying to look for let's go to this one now. You guys remember when we covered the University of Washington just 2 days ago, where there they did destruction, burning down. I want you to watch this newscast right here. I believe 21 students have been suspended. That's a start. And again, that's because Trump is putting pressure on these universities.
It was chaotic at Columbia for several hours after pro-Palestinian demonstrators tried to revive the kind of protest that engulfed the campus this time last year. The demonstrators, many in masks and headscarves, took over the ornate Butler Library during finals week. Acting Columbia President Claire Shipman said the building was defaced and damaged in disturbing ways and with disturbing slogans. 80 people are now in custody this morning. Most of them are believed to be unaffiliated with the university. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said overnight the State Department would review the visa status of all involved. Columbia authorized the NYPD to come in and clear the library. Shipman said it was necessary to safeguard the community after 2 university officers were injured. Today, there's restricted access to Columbia, which has come under pressure by the Trump administration to curb these kinds of protests and protect Jewish students. So what happened Wednesday is only going to complicate the school's attempt to restore $400 million in federal research funds that the Trump administration has pulled.
Again, with Trump's
doing chaotic at Columbia
again,
for
money
several
talks, and they are definitely worried about this. You're going to see some actions. Let me find this other news one I had up here when it came to Washington. Who was it? See if this is it. Nope. I'm going through my browser history right here just to, before we get to Trump's announcement on his trade deal. And then I had, you know what? The next show is going to be better. I think this is it. Yeah, University of Washington has temporarily suspended 2 students arrested over the violent Antifa domestic terrorist attack on the campus this week. The masked rioters in black destroyed science equipment and started fires, doing over $1 million in damages. Let me see if I can find that news article here that... There we go.
Arrested in connection with the acts here on Monday. 21 and 34 people have been arrested in connection with the acts here on Monday. 21 students have been suspended and banned from all the UW campuses. The feds are now looking at all the grants and contracts with the University of Washington, while some people are calling what happened here on Monday an act of domestic terrorism and say that it should be treated as such in a court of law.
Oh my gosh, that is just disgusting.
UW graduate Nevin Basker looks at the damage and shakes her head.
I was appalled at what was going on at the University of Washington with masked thugs taking over a university building, burning dumpsters, shouting all sorts of ugly things. It was truly disgraceful. It was clearly an act of terrorism.
The member of the Jewish Alumni Association now wants accountability.
We must deter and stop these transgressions against the UW and protect our Jewish students at the same time.
UW Regents Chair Blaine Tamaki publicly condemned the actions during a virtual meeting after the U.S. Department of Education announced it was investigating anti-Semitic behavior at UW. And testimony from one of Monday's protest leaders criticized the university's stance.
Why are you willing to let our endowment facilitate human rights violations? Maybe it's because you are individually profiting from the genocide.
Do you believe that that was a case of domestic terrorism? And are you concerned at all about the Department of Education and their probe into anti-Semitism at the University of Washington?
I'm happy to take your question after we take questions on the housing.
Washington Governor Bob Ferguson, initially reluctant to enter the debate about his alma mater, did say he believed the violent protesters would be held accountable.
Whether something meets the definition of domestic terrorism, I don't know exactly what that definition is, but this is obviously a serious situation.
As far as the probe from the Department of Education,
The federal government is investigating just about everybody these days, okay? So it's not especially unusual, right?
The UW grad Vasquez language a bit stronger.
Anybody who is affiliated with the university should be terminated. If they're students, they should be expelled. If they're seniors, they can't graduate. They are a stain on the institution.
They are a stain. Many of them will not be students, though, more than likely. They'll be people that you're. So here's what I want to do. If you're involved in that, I want it to be where many of these people get disability for their well, pretty much for their mental health. If you're involved in actions like this, all taxpayer-funded services should halt. I don't care if that's your health care. I don't care what that is. You shouldn't be able to survive off the taxpayer and at the same time try to destroy the infrastructure of that taxpayer or the education systems where these taxpayers go to school. It shouldn't be that hard. Let's see. Let me pull this up again for the next one. I think this is it. We've covered this before, these groups. Come on. This is one of the leaders of, I think we showed you a video 2 days ago or maybe yesterday of some of the other people talking. This is a leader with Temple University Students for Justice in Palestine. That's one of the extremist groups, terrorist organization groups. And listen to what this person says the movement must use in order to be successful. Listen.
On is this idea of disclosing and divestment being a central demand of the student movement last spring. When we ask the university to divest from imperialism, the only way to fulfill that demand is destroying the university. And we should embrace that because that.
The only way is to destroy the university, and we should embrace that. I know these videos are getting to the highest levels of the FBI and the DOJ because they want to put an end to this. But I mean, you can see this person clearly has a mental illness, thinks they're a different gender or a different sex than they were born. Again, these are the trans terrorists. This is why we use the term trans Tifa a lot. They need to be eradicated by any means necessary. I'll use their own terms. And I think we need to work on doing that. Just listen.
What we have to do if we're going to get real about liberation, we must accept the eventuality of bringing the USA to its knees, educate and disseminate and loop in other people on why these are victories, because we know it's victories. We know it's a victory when a red triangle goes above an Israeli soldier's head in the pit.
So those are the people that
like we know that's a victory.
Supposedly, I mean, if you're part of this group, we know it's a victory. You are a Temple University student. This is a student group. It's crazy. Now let's move on a little bit to something else. If I can find it all up here. You know what? I'll find it a better way. Let me go to, again, sorry for it being delayed today. The whole thing closed down. I usually spend a couple hours getting all these done so we can flow right through the show. And that's not happening today because it closed out. Let's see. Yeah, more stuff's coming out. I'm going to cover it in the next show. We're getting some information on the Pope now, and definitely, definitely not good for Catholics. Let's see here. Let me go to my bookmarks and pull up some stuff. We'll get into the Trump announcement. But before we get into that, guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, I actually have this out right now. It kind of looks, we are doing a raffle. That raffle will be held most likely this weekend because tomorrow we're probably only doing one show. We got to get some stuff taken care of. So we will be doing a raffle. If you want to enter the raffle, you can go to, it's every $10 donation gets you one entry. So if you donate $30, that gets you 3 entries. And there's a couple ways to do it. We'll get into that. But one of the items is this right here. It gives you an idea what the size of it. It's 12 by 15. It has the framed photo of Trump, 2 photos of Trump. If you look there, the iconic, and then it has some stuff on right there. Hold on. What am I dropping here? Man, everything here. Let me see if I can pull this up. And then it also has a Trump card game. I don't have that one right in front of me. Let me close this and open this up. It'll give you a better shot of both of them. There we go. So it's these 2 items. It's the frame and the picture I just showed you, and the game Trump Cards, the wackiest card game ever. It has quotes supposedly said by Donald Trump, and you have to pick whether it's real news or fake news. So those 2 items will be shipped off to you. If you want to enter the drawing, check it out. The way to do it is Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you use Zelle, you do the online banking. We have our Zelle link on our website. You can go to theoreoexpress.com. Click the donate now button and you guys can be entered in. Like I said earlier, if you do $20, that's 2 entries. If you do $10, that's 1 entry. We do a random pick here live while we're doing this, and we appreciate your support. Again, it's the beginning of the month. We want to hopefully get enough by tomorrow to get those bills caught up. And then Saturday or Sunday, not too sure, but we're going to start. Sounds like we're going to be in D.C. Hopefully for the parade, the military parade on June 14th. And I've looked at the calendar. It looks everything. I got a few more details to work out, but we'll start raising money for that probably through the weekend. So I want to say thank you to all those that have helped us out. And we can't do it without you guys. You guys rock. Thank you for everybody who's donated so far, everybody who helps out. But we would get the bills caught up and head over to DC. That would be fun. Back in DC, right? Let me see. Let me go to my bookmarks really quick and pull up some other stuff. It was funny if you heard what Trump said about Pete Buttigieg today. Let's see. Here's this. Rapid response. I'm just pulling a couple up so we can go through them all at the same time. So Trump did announce today that he had made a deal between the United States of America and the United Kingdom. Go ahead and listen to this right here.
This is a very special day because it's Victory Day, World War II, May 8th. And just by happenstance, we have the Prime Minister on the phone, and we were great allies in that. And it's very unusual that the trade deal comes due, and we signed it up on the same day that we had a great victory, the greatest victory of them all. So we are talking more and more about Victory Day because we were a big part of it, and so was the UK. And it's just, I guess, I don't know what you call it. It's just incredible that that day is the same day that we signed a tremendous trade deal for both countries. So I'm going to begin by just adding that we just concluded the rare earth deal with Ukraine. That's been fully ratified and approved by their legislative branches. And so we appreciate that. And I'll be speaking with the president in a little while, a little bit later. And we appreciate that. But the deal is all now signed up and ratified. And we have access to a massive amount of very, very high quality rare earth.
So he announced that today. I should have a little screen here. Maybe not. Let me pull this up. This thing is acting up today. So here, here's what Donald Trump posted out on Truth. $5 billion of new market access for exports. And then it says $6 billion in tariff revenue, and unprecedented access to the UK market. So that's for ethanol, beef, cereals, fruits, vegetables, animal feed, tobacco, soft drinks, shellfish, textiles, chemicals, machinery, and more. There was a statement. Let me see if I can find this statement from, I believe it was the beef industry. See if that pulls up. This is from the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. It says President Trump secures trade win for America cattle producers. And it says today the National Cattlemen's Beef Association announced support for President Donald Trump's trade agreement in principle with the United Kingdom. Most importantly, the agreement includes market access for beef. This announcement follows years of NCBA's hard work building the foundation for a trade deal with the UK, including numerous meetings with British industry stakeholders, Member of Parliament, the British Embassy, the UK Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, and other top British authorities. Says, with this trade deal, President Trump has delivered a tremendous win for American family farmers and ranchers. So I was listening and I had it all pulled up. Like I said, everything crashed. It was funny to watch MSNBC, or maybe it was CNN, just downplay this whole thing. Well, Trump made an agreement with him because he's comfortable with him. They work really well together. Isn't that what any president would have done? These people are. Let me see if we have the funny ones. I don't know if Rapid Response pulled this up when he was talking about Pete Buttigieg. Let's see. Let's see. It was having to do with air traffic control system. They've gotten all kind of reports that watchdog groups over the last 2 years had warned the Biden administration that it was in need of serious rebuilding, repair, and everything else. And he talked about doing that. And let's see if this is some of the equipment we use, folks. Currently. Look at that. Secretary Duffy will cover did a press conference on some of this. But listen to, I'm trying to find Trump's statement on Buttigieg. It was hilarious. Let's see, this should find it.
Who has no clue. You know, he drives. And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, you know, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship.
Drives to work on his bicycle with his husband on the back, which is, in all fairness, a nice, loving relationship. I love this man more and more. Listen.
And when they took over, Buttigieg, who has no clue, you know, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a contender for president. Between him and Crockett, you can have that party.
Between him and Crockett, you can have that party. Epic, epic to say the least. I just think that look at this one. They put
Who
the picture.
has no clue. You know, he drives to work on his bicycle with his, in all fairness, with his husband on the back, which is a nice, loving relationship. But he didn't have a clue. This guy didn't have a clue. And he's actually a
I
contender
love this
for
man.
president. Between him and
Every
Crockett.
day he says some of the things that like I say on a regular basis, but no other politician could get away with. Let's see. What else did we have? You know what? I think we might end the show now, get ready for the second show and bring everything. Maybe the second show will be extra long or we'll find out. I'm just looking for some stuff right now. How Green gets called out and destroyed by a caller. You know how C-SPAN does those call-in shows? Listen to this.
I'm sorry to say that.
We gotta go because let me try to get one more call in. Tony in Youngstown, Ohio, Independent. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Al Green?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry to say that I'm very disappointed in you. You have tried so hard to cause trouble between whites and blacks, turning, with your speeches, with your talk. And now that you saw that hasn't worked, you're trying to impeach President Trump. And I really feel sorry for you, and I'm going to pray for you.
Thank you.
Let's get a response.
I do want you to pray for me. But I marvel, quite frankly, at how persons can see my behavior at the joint session of Congress as something that should be censured, but they have no ill thoughts or negative opinions about the president's behavior. The president at a joint session of Congress called the Democrats lunatics. Now, I had been removed, but I do want to believe that if he had said that while I was there, I would have stood up and said, Mr. President, you can't come into our house and call us lunatics. I just don't think that we can allow him to do this. He uses his incivility.
So he got taken down. So guys, before we go, let me do this really quick. Get this out of the screen here. Check this out. Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to NBA 2K25, the daily live event where intensity of the NBA playoff comes straight to your screen. Every day, we spotlight all the teams that have made it to the playoff, capturing every electrifying moment from jaw-dropping buzzer beaters to thunderous dunks. Imagine sitting courtside as the action unfolds in real time. That puts you right in the middle of the excitement. Whether you're backing your favorite team or just love the raw energy of high-stakes basketball, NBA 2K25 delivers the pulse of the playoff action like no other. So gear up, get comfortable, and join us live because every play, every pass, and every moment matters. Your ultimate courtside experience starts now. So we will see you guys for show number 2 here in a couple hours. I got to pull everything back up. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget, if you want to enter in to win this, every $10 donation gets you one entry $20 will get you 2 entries. $30 will get you 3 entries. And you better get in now. You can get in by doing Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $Oreo Army. That's Cash App, $Oreo Army. And then you can go to our website, theoreoexpress.com, and we have our Zelle link on there. If you it's under the donate now button. If you guys use online banking, you could just transfer the donation using Zelle. And we'll want to say thank you, and we will see you guys very soon.